Good morning, Manana. This is Pawan. I came before you to give you the demo on one small topic. Let us discuss the topic. In our day-to-day life, we are eating the different kinds of food materials like idli, dosa, rice, curries, curd, etc. etc. Why we are eating all these food materials? Mainly to get energy. All these food materials they contain various types of the nutrients like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, etc. etc. Upon the complete metabolism of the food materials, they gives the energy. Along with the energy, they also produces the various kinds of waste materials. So the food upon the complete metabolism gives the energy. Along with the energy, it also produces the various kinds of waste materials. So the name itself, it is indicating that these are the waste materials. So our body should retain them, or otherwise our body should send them outside. Surely we can say that yes, these are the waste materials. Our body must and should send them outside. For example, in our classroom every day we are forming the so many waste materials like dust particles, bits of the papers, peels of the fruits, vegetables, etc. etc. Every day the sweepers are coming and they are sweeping our classroom. Otherwise, just think or assume if the sweepers didn't come to our classroom to sweep our classroom, what will happen? All the waste materials will be accumulated, nothing but gathered in our classroom, then we will get the diseases. Similarly, as these are the waste materials, our body must and should send them outside. Otherwise, what will happen? All the waste materials will accumulate in our body or gathered in our body, and finally they will become toxic. So what will happen toxic? They will become poisonous and ultimately it will lead to the death of a person. So to overcome this problem, our body develops a special kind of the system to send the waste materials outside. Okay. So what is our conclusion? In our day-to-day life, we are eating the different kinds of food materials. The food materials contain various types of the nutrients like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, etc. etc. Upon the complete metabolism of the food materials, they gives the energy. Along with the energy, they also forms the various kinds of waste materials. So the name itself, it is indicating that these are the waste materials. So our body must and should send the waste materials outside. Otherwise, all the waste materials will gather or accumulated or build up in our body and they will become toxic and ultimately it will lead to the death of the person. So to overcome this problem, yes, we have the complex multicellular eukaryotic organisms. Our body develops a special kind of the system to send these waste materials outside. Can you say what are the various kinds of the systems in our body? Our body contains so many different kinds of the system. I will give you one small hint to remember all the systems in our body. So what does that hint mean? Nisi, mother. So nervous system, immune system, circulatory system, integumentary system, musculoskeletal system, urinary system, respiratory system, digestive system, endocrine system, reproductive system. Once again, this is our small hint to remember various kinds of the systems in our body. So what is the hint? Nisi, mother. So nervous system, immune system, circulatory system, integumentary system, musculoskeletal system, urinary system, respiratory system, digestive system, endocrine system and reproductive system. In our body, these many kinds of different kinds of the systems are present. Among the so many different kinds of the systems, the urinary system, it is playing a very important role in removing the waste materials from our body. Okay. For example, just think, this is our body. Our body is forming the so many kinds of waste materials. So all the waste materials should be sent outside. Our body must and should send all the waste materials to the outside. And this process is called as the excretion. So what is the excretion? Excretion is nothing but the process of removal of waste materials from our body is called excretion. So what is excretion? Excretion is nothing but the process of removal of wastes which are formed during the metabolism of various kinds of food materials is called excretion. So once again, so what is excretion? Excretion is the process of removal of metabolic wastes from our body is called excretion. So now let us discuss about the urinary system. So before going to discuss about the urinary system, we must and should know about what are the various kinds of the waste materials produced in our body. So first let us discuss about the various kinds of the waste materials. There are the so many kinds of the waste materials produced in our body. Among the so many kinds of the waste materials which are produced in our body, the nitrogenous waste materials are very important. Here the urinary system is playing the very important role in removing the nitrogenous waste materials from our body. Otherwise, all the nitrogenous waste materials will gathered in our body, they will become poison and we will die. Okay. So let us discuss about various kinds of the nitrogenous waste materials. So already we discussed our body producing the so many different kinds of the waste materials. Among the so many different kinds of the waste materials, nitrogenous waste materials are very important. What is meant by nitrogenous waste materials? The name itself it is indicating that these are the waste materials which contain the nitrogen. So what is meant by nitrogenous waste materials? These are the waste materials which contain the nitrogen. Our body is producing the so many different kinds of the nitrogenous waste materials. Now let us discuss one by one. The first one is the ammonia. The formula of the ammonia is the NH3. You know very well. The ammonia is the metabolic waste material which is produced during the protein metabolism. Okay, ammonia is mainly produced in the liver, and the ammonia is the highly toxic substance. And also, the ammonia is a highly toxic material, a toxic substance. So that's why our body must and should send the ammonia outside. Now let us discuss how ammonia is produced in our body. Okay, already we discussed. We are eating the different kinds of the food materials. Those food materials contain one very important nutrients. They are called they contain one very important nutrient that is called protein. All of you know very well about the proteins. The proteins contain the one smaller units. They contain the smaller units which are called as the amino acids. So what is meant by amino acids? Amino acids are the building blocks of proteins. Nothing but just to consider the wall. The wall is made up of the bricks. Similarly, the proteins are also made up of the some smaller units which are called as the amino acids. In our liver, the amino acids are converted into ammonia. In the liver, the amino acids are converted into ammonia by a special kind of the process called deamination. So what is meant by deamination? You know very well. De means removal, and amination means removal of ammonia group. So what is meant by deamination? Removal of the ammonia group or amino group from the amino acids is called deamination, and this process is taking place in the liver. Okay. So once again, one of the very important nitrogenous waste material is the ammonia. The formula of the ammonia is the NH3. Ammonia is produced in the liver and it is the highly toxic waste material. So our body must and should send it outside. First let us discuss how the ammonia is produced in our body. First, we are eating the different kinds of food materials. The food materials contains one of the very important nutrients. They contain one very important nutrient that is called protein. The protein contains some smaller units called amino acids. Amino acids are the building blocks of the proteins. Nothing but how the wall, we are keeping the bricks side by side and we are constructing the wall. So similarly, the amino acids are attached with each other and they forming the one long polymer that is called protein. Nothing but amino acids are the building blocks of the proteins. In the liver, the amino acids are converted into ammonia by a special kind of the process called deamination. So what you mean by deamination? Removal of the NH3 group. Nothing but amino group from the amino acids is called deamination. Okay. Next. This deamination process is again of two types. Oxidative deamination. Oxidative deamination. And hydrolytic deamination. Let us discuss about the oxidative deamination. Here, alanine amino acid. Alanine is one kind of the amino acid. It combines with oxygen and produces the pyruvic acid. Along with the pyruvic acid, it also produces the ammonia. And next one is the hydrolytic deamination.